Well, good afternoon. Welcome to your mini minute. We have a few things that are exciting to cover today. I will have to do this in 2 or 3 parts because there's so much information. And the thing I want to bring you most is how this is done because anybody can do it. It's shared universal consciousness. It's collective intelligence. It's widespread and it's almost like an airwave. You can tune into different radio stations. You can do that at night and in your own dream world. And it's not, we've been doing it all along. And so when you find out the things it can do for you and in your personal life, you'll really enjoy it. It's not too, it's not very weird or far out or anything. It's just something, a phenomenon that even migrating animals could do that. They communicate with each other through this, we do now. But I'll have to wait to the next Miracle Minute to bring that to you. It's the most exciting part, though. There's some new, really jazzy equipment that I need to make this an easier and more fluid process. It's so much fun to make these, and so I get paid according to subscriptions. So if you subscribe, then I can get some more cool video equipment. And the little kitty says that was Zen, and this is Meow, and you'll see that it's in the lower right hand corner. And it's kind of a quantum cat. Quantum cats can disappear, reappear, and even meow. I got this on July 5th, and I timestamp everything. I put it on the Facebook page I've talked to you about in the past, and you can join it. I was thinking about moving up to LA for personal reasons, and I saw a portion of LA affected by an earthquake. The one thing I wish to share with you is in this particular area, the earthquake would be, it's not like everybody's going to dump into the sea, at least not now anyway, if we have started taking care of our planet better. But the problem is here in this area, when you have millions of people, when roads are broken and supplies are cut off, no trucks can get in with food and supplies, and everything shuts down, and you start to have a kind of a panic situation. I really felt, this is my line, and this is the where the channel's lying. And sometimes I felt like it was more down here towards Orange County. And I think it's going to come to pass next year. I want to say in the beginning of the year. And there are going to be some more earthquakes around the Ring of Fire, and it's going to be a little more vicious over on the China and Japanese side of the Ring of Fire. I predicted Indian flooding in the beginning, in the fall of last year, and I put it in 2 YouTubes previously. I got a picture of Mitch McConnell, um, Pence, Trump, and Paul Ryan, and I saw it was like a cutout. I think about paper dolls, and I saw some scissors come out and cut right around Paul Ryan, and he fell out. It's like it just left a blank space here. So I think he's going to plan to get out of Dodge and just disappear quietly before he gets indicted with everybody else. My camera cut out a little. I'm not sure where I stopped talking. This is why I want you to subscribe so I can get some new groovy and jazzy equipment, and it's really fun. And I want it's just easier. It's more fun to get accuracy and to get um, to work on this because this is a personal journey for me as well, and I understand a little more of how it's happening, and that it is not that bizarre or unusual. And I cut out right here when I mentioned that on the Facebook group, I asked the other participants if there would be any bad hurricanes this year, and they said no. And that was very interesting. You get a collective vibe going on. I know we had a bad tropical storm in Hawaii, but not like last year. It was devastating. I got this July 28th, I think the timestamp is. This is kind of a refreshing thing because I didn't feel like there would be any devastation with this. I read a red line along the western coast of South America, Chile and Peru, and there's Earth activity. I'm actually seeing, I would think it was more like a landslide um, than an earthquake, and it turns some veins of gold is discovered, and there is some gold rushes. It's just kind of interesting to see that happen. California is going to get landslide north of LA, and these will be landslides, um, kind of just north of LA. Just there's been so much devastation with the terrible fires, but they're going to have, it's rocks and mud, things like that. Now here is the Ring of Fire, and this is the Ring of Fire. It goes up past Japan, China, down the west coast, and then down to the west coast of Central America. And it is along here that I see the Earth movement. I, I, I don't think it is it's kind of a combination of earthquake and earth slide, and so that would be nice. If you live in that area, let me know. I'm seeing a lot of things discovered there. I'm thinking new things of archaeological digs and things is going to be kind of some new things are literally going to open up, whether it's gold or archaeological discoveries that are very refreshing and enlightening. Here is uh, the tsunami line. I called it a tsunami in my dream, and it goes in between China and Japan down through here. These are my lines, this black line and this yellow line. Let's see if this clarifies it a little bit. If you were to go along China and Japan right in there, I know the earth line for the Ring of Fire is outside of that, but I'm seeing it inside, and I'm seeing kind of destructive tsunamis. if you are from the East Coast, especially in the central and northern parts of the East Coast, you know what a treat the Atlantic Ocean is in the summer. It's just the thing to do, just go and stay, is fantastic. And I grew up there and I loved it. Now, here's was my dream at the beginning of this year. I have it time stamped in Psychic Predictions, um, that people would start getting sick from the water. I saw this mostly right at Ocean City, Maryland. I remember that when I was young. It was the first place you'd find me. As soon as school was out, that was it. That's where you'd find me. And it was lovely. And, but in my dream, I was staying in the water, delighted to be there. But then I noted that the water was making people sick. And so, and I, I've had dreams after that, and it kind of went down to Florida and the west coast of California. And this was in the beginning of last year, and I have it time stamped and conversation with some other people on the Facebook group. So you see that these things were telling us something. We we're getting warnings. These, it's like wake up, and this is something called sea lice. What's creepier than that? And it makes you sick. It's horrible. People go down the beach and they get stung, and they run out of the water. It's killing the tourist trade, and not to mention the devastation in Florida. And I've been talking about Florida since the beginning of this year. As for Florida is the canary in the coal mine. Now I have more, but I want to save those for the next mini minute. Um, Everything from the election to Trump, the Supreme Court, and global changes in the rest of the world, which is what I'm tuned into. It's like a radio station, and and if you all want to know how to do this, the nicest thing is it brings higher awareness, as opposed to a parlor game. It lifts you up to another level that is more refreshing and more cosmic. Um, so the insight from this, it goes a little further than a YouTube channel, and it helps you in so many ways. And so look forward to bringing that to you and some of these other predictions. So subscribe. Hold on. So subscribe so I can get this really cool equipment. I can bring you more. And also some little how-to videos. I did that at the beginning of the year on this channel. And so stay tuned, because these cool things can slip right by you if you haven't subscribed. And my kitty cat is time to feed the kitty. And the kitty says, that was Zen, and this is Meow. It's a quantum kitty. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. He kind of disappears and then reappears. And sometimes when you press the subscribe button, he meows. I'm telling you, this is magical. So help me get some equipment. I'll bring you some more cool stuff. Until then, stay tuned and have sweet dreams.